welcome everybody to Minneapolis St. Paul International Airport. Happy Sunday. We're doing a touch and go broadcast today. We attempted a full show earlier, however, our production computer decided to disagree with us, so we're going to do the best that we can here today, do a live touch and go episode. These are our shorter shows here on MSP Airport Live. And Iceland Air 657 is next up for arrival on runway 30 left.
1878, you can make the right or left turn and then rejoin Bravo to the gate. Okay, right or left.
They are now on short final.
Air Canada 7032, Mother Tower 126.7. Good day. 267, Canada 330, good day. Ground Delta 250, 0,
Tower 930 left line boy, traffic 5 mile final.
Flight time today is right at about 6 hours from Reykjavik.
Delta 171 Heavy, Minneapolis runway for company heavy bus to pass your tail, and your push is approved on a 30 left. Delta 397 Minneapolis ground, push approved on a 30 right.
Clear to push, and we actually need a 30 left for Delta 397.
Delta 397, expect on a
7, turn left on taxiway Mike, cut a ground, point to 9 or 121.9.
Left to Mike and 129 or I-657.
All right, we're going to get a very unusual Iceland Air Mike taxi.
Ground right to 657 vacating a Mike.
Updating 280 and 29014, gust 22 and I-30 left, clears for takeoff.
It's not often that Iceland Air, when taking the exit from runway 30 left, will take Mike. Special treat here to open up our touch and go show tonight.
That's not the only one we're gonna get. We're gonna get a delayed 171 to Seoul departure again. I like the blue. The blue on blue.
It's very striking. We also have the Toronto Blue Jays that'll be departing to St. Louis tonight.
Climbing out is United, flight 2272, heading off to Denver, Colorado. And we're going to get another heavy departure besides our delayed flight today.
Delta 171, they have been delayed. I can't tell you how many days in a row. They've just been having a lot of issues getting out of here on time.
We're going to get 258 to Dublin, too. They're on the taxi.
Yeah, they're on the move. A330-200 departure coming up. A350-900. Got a Major League Baseball charter that's going to be on its way out here. The evening rush is on. The heat is on from MSP International.
Charlie 1, Delta to the gate.
49, turn right at Delta, cut a ground point in.
Right at Delta and ground point in, Delta 2489.
Salute time for this former Northwest A320. Making a right-hand exit off runway 30 left.
Come in from Calgary.
280, 29013, gust 22.
All the way up north of the border in Canada. I want to say a big hello to our friends north of the border in the country of Canada.
West 3876.
The Toronto Blue Jays now departing off runway 30 left for St. Louis. They play the Cardinals tomorrow. So here comes our Air Canada Jets charter flight with the Toronto Blue Jays on board.
Delta 1324, runway 30 left, taxi.
Charlie Alpha, hold short Alpha 7 for third left, Delta 1324.
Delta 1324, you released to O'Hare between 43 and 45, time now 23.
45, Delta 1324.
32, 10 left, heading to 60, Quebec departure.
267 departure, Canada 73, good day. The 2489.
I'm also curious to know if we have any Toronto Blue Jays fans that are tuning into our broadcast here today.
2489, Roger.
Do we have any Blue Jay fans in attendance?
Delta 2122, Minneapolis ground 150 heavy 330 passes your tail. Your push is approved on the 30 left.
And for those of us that are Twins fans, I'm happy to report that the Twins did beat Toronto today, 6-3.
397, ready for taxi, 8 us in from...
It's a comfortable.
It's
a comfortable win.
Hold short on 30 left.
It's for a Twins team that is really just trying to find its footing.
Hold short 30 left, go steady at 376, monitor tower 136.7.
And I know that the Blue Jays are in a pretty similar position as well.
397, taxi with Oscar.
4780 tower, you'll follow the heavy 330, that'll come off your right wing.
Roger, we'll follow the heavy off our right.
Go, sir.
One of our viewers, Lee Harris, is
traffic will be going
asking RJ,
cross 930 left, join with.
RJ, have you bought your jet fuel scented candle yet?
You know what? I haven't forgotten, but I haven't dug into that because of some things that I've been kind of doing here the last few days. But no, I haven't forgotten to try to actually see if they're out there and whether I really want to get one. So my mom always used to tell me I'd get that look, and she would say the wheels are turning. My wheels are turning all the time. So I'll come up with these ideas like the jet fuel scented candle, but I don't necessarily get to it right away.
Yep.
I tell you. Yeah, my wheels turn 24/7, and sometimes I have trouble getting to sleep at night because of it.
I bet.
I think of a project, idea, and then I start planning it out. What do I need, and do I already have it? Do I need to make a trip somewhere like Home Depot, or I call it HD for short?
2946 visual speed.
2946 Minneapolis Aircraft Rig Triple Heavy 330 departure headwind 29015 gust 23.
But I know anything that I like to have always tastes better in the. I love the smell of jet fuel in the morning coffee cups.
That they certainly do.
And yeah, sometimes there's certain types of beverages that are more properly served and in certain types of glassware. Well, the heck with that.
2107 wait for a CRJ to pass left.
Out comes my jet fuel cup.
So here we go. We got Delta 258 heavy off to Dublin, Ireland.
Ready for taxi.
That is now departing off 30 left, as we just saw there from our live flight tracker.
Taxi via Alpha sequence behind the 321 heading to the left. 3 to the left.
And this is going to be, of course, a former Northwest Red Tail and A330-200 registration 858 Northwest, and here they come.
Delta 397, continue taxi to Alpha. Continue Alpha, Delta 397. Delta 2772 ground, box
2917, gust
This fleet, so if you're not plane spotting at a Delta hub, they are a hard catch to find in the wild.
Well, we are kind of in the wild, though, aren't we? I mean, we've got rabbits, we've got frogs.
On the animal side of things, it almost seems like it, because over the past several weeks,
we've got Geralds.
We've got toads hopping around out here. I mean, it's a full-on nature preserve behind the scenes at the viewing area. I mean, we've got all kinds of critters that have taken up residence here at the second busiest Delta hub in their network, which does trade off occasionally with Detroit Metro.
Touching down next is 2946 Delta flight from Bozeman, Montana. A321. Here at MSP, we pretty much see every type of aircraft that Delta flies.
Time now, 29.
Or we want to say, technically, they operate.
Delta 1923.
Turn right at Charlie, get a ground point 9.
Charlie and ground point 9, Delta 29, 46. Just like Delta 1923.
Breaker 4780, turn left heading 280 and 29016, gust 23 and 30 left, good takeoff.
280,
Gust 3876 and the 30 left line of way, you'll be tight behind the Embraer.
30 left, right.
Traffic out of 4 mile final.
6:45 minutes ground, runway 30 right, taxi via Papa. 30 left.
That's 1930, Minneapolis start traffic, hold position, wind 28013, gust 23, or 1930 left to the west.
Port land, 30 left, up to 2230. Alright, Delta Whiskey, what's your southwest, 4117 for up.
For now, wind 28013, gust 23, or 1930 left, good for takeoff.
30 left, 15,
Whoa, another steep climb up by Republic. Flight 4780 headed off to Chicago.
Forget 780, turn left heading 260, connect departure.
260 departure Picard, 4780.
Here we go, another departure on the roll.
Yep, it's going to get fast and furious because there's a lot of departures that are heading down to their end of runway 30 left. But at the moment, letting everybody know that they're headed out of MSP. It's SkyWest 3876 headed to Sioux Falls and Embraer 175 LR.
That was one of the more loud Embraer 175 departures that I have heard.
I will make the turn on Quebec, cross 22 and then into the...
Allegiant is here. We'll be headed this way over towards Terminal 2. So they scooted into town with a A320-200.
467, turn left anywhere is good for me. Cut a ground point 9, energy clear.
Left turn Charlie, ground point 9, southwest 4327.
And our southwest arrival is coming from Austin. It's flight 367, or 4367. I forgot the first number there.
Wind 28013, gust 23 or 930 left, good takeoff.
So left and heading 280.
Headed to Terminal 2, which at the moment is a little bit more on the empty side. So no line up and wait at the moment for T2.
28013, gust 23.
Thank you.
Visual runway 30 left.
So 2654 Minneapolis start traffic holds in position, wind 28011.
And there's our Allegiant A320.
Runway 30 left, clear to land, Delta 2654.
Just start a signature calling ground, say again. Kilo, runway 30 left, taxi via whiskey.
What's your favorite Sun Country livery?
None of the ones currently flying, as a matter of fact. This one I actually very much appreciate, and I wish that they would do a retro livery of. It's the second rendition of their livery, not the Sunburst, which was the very first Sun Country paint job.
Push back off your right.
But it was the one after that.
Charlie Alpha.
That the DC-10s wore back in the day. That's right. Sun Country at one point in time during their history had DC-10s.
I remember them.
Yep.
And that included the uber rare DC-10-15 variant, which was built with extra thrust. And that was for Mexicana. There's also another airline, I think, that took delivery of that specific DC-10 variant, if memory serves. But so that extra variant of the DC-10, the DC-10-15, was a version that had a higher thrust rating to perform better at airports that were hot and high, such as Mexico City. Or Denver during the summertime.
Southwest only Baltimore stop for another hour.
Oh wow, okay. So, a second.
Here comes Delta 2122 headed to LAX. Wheels up.
733 join Quebec, then Quebec, Charlie.
Quebec, then Quebec.
2773 left, flying up and wait.
Wait, 30 left.
5 Bravo Kilo.
And just touching down from Atlanta is Delta 2654, 75. But it does not have a Northwest registration on it. This one ends in
Delta 574, that's ground, wait, somebody got a ground point in it.
Okay, we're going to turn it Delta, ground point 9 or Delta 2654.
Delta 2122, left turn out, heading 260, FedEx departure, good flow.
And just as a heads up, our next departure on runway 30 left is going to be our flight 171 headed to Seoul, South Korea. A350-900.
30 left, fast break turbulence. Next travels on a 10-mile final.
So line up away to the 397, 30 left. Hey, tower, Southwest 4117.
So 4117.
Hey, we're putting out a plan here, but probably best bet is to just...
All right, folks, here we go. It's A350 time. Delta 171 Heavy to Seoul, South Korea, now on the roll.
Get you on the runway and get you back westbound on Whiskey at some point, but I like to clean up some airplanes first, so sit tight for a while, and I'll get you heading away from the runway in a bit.
All right, no worries. We'll sit tight. We got the time. I just want to give you a thanks a lot for the help, Southwest 4117.
Absolutely.
Hello, Delta 2528, sound visual for 30 left.
2520, Minneapolis Star, 130015, gust 20, and 30 left to the line, traffic in position.
30 left, third line, Delta 2528.
Vision 1860, Minneapolis Star, traffic in position, at runway 22, cross Heavy, turn right heading 360 and cut express cadet.
Heading 360, switch. Got it.
Delta 24 tower, follow the IJ.
I think that's like
Runway.
Adios, 171 Heavy. Have a fantastic flight to South Korea. There's our Allegiant A320 moving with some purpose. Headed to Terminal 2.
Their plan is after the 717, they got an airborne time, so there'll be a couple, and then I'll have a back taxi for you for the full length, but I'm going to clear out those 3 airliners on the other side.
Roger 45,
That's 397, Cashback turn, 13 heavy departure, turn, flighting, runway heading for now, 13, got 2093 left, clear for takeoff, traffic 2.5 mile final.
Runway heading 30 left, clear for takeoff, Delta 397.
That's verified landing clearance, Delta 528.
2520, traffic controlling, runway 30 left, clear the line.
Clear line, Delta 528.
All right, RJ, we got another departure headed our way off 30 left.
Headed to Fairbanks. Delta Flight 397.
Delta 2773 at...
That's what Flight Radar says.
Yep.
Wow.
Give way to the Delta 2773.
2773 disregard.
Delta 2467 left.
2467 Minneapolis, final approach speed now, please. Traffic RJ holds the position, runway 30 left, clear the line.
Clear that, 30 left, response.
30 left, taxi via Quebec, Charlotte.
Traffic 4 mile final, and 30 left, final point. 397, turn left heading 260.
We're about to have a whale touchdown as in an A220 coming in from San Antonio, Delta 2528.
So 2520, turn right at Charlie, cut a ground point in.
And we get 422.
That's approved.
Alright, right 422, ground, hold on, 20. Delta 2528 on 4 for Fox 15, howdy.
Fire and heading on at 30 left, give or take off.
Boy, that departure really got up and at him.
Yep, that's Delta 1923 headed to Detroit, an A320 former Northwest Red Tail. 349 Northwest is the registration. Yep, we're getting some departures today where they're doing some steep climb outs.
Hotel 11 push with Oscar.
And I'm noticing a little more volume today from some of them too.
897, your push is approved, runway 30 left.
30 left, 97.
97 information, current.
Oh, we got options, South of 9, thanks. 574 range, taxi stop.
Upside 4 to 30 left, taxi via
Charlie Alpha,
24 minutes, 30 left.
Mitsubishi CRJ 900, operated by SkyWest for Delta Connection, flight 3508, headed to Omaha.
Howdy, Tower Delta 2274, visual.
And with very tight spacing arriving from Boise, Idaho. This is Delta 737 900 ER.
It's flight 2467.
Got a ground point enter.
4.9.
And of course, the spacing has to be very close between arrivals and departures because remember, the airport is operating on 2 out of the 4 runways total.
2773 Minneapolis, left line of you'll be type B on the 71.
And we've got another aircraft that's sitting over across in front of us that's, well, we've been kind of calling timeout or the penalty box. That's our Las Vegas arrival, 2238. They must still be waiting for a gate.
757-200. November 6700 is the registration on that aircraft.
So,
It's 25 years old.
wow.
30 left.
So they're
Delivered in September of 1999.
So they're getting to do some plane spotting over there with us. It's Delta 1324 headed to Chicago O'Hare, 717. Fast and furious.
Delta 268, man, ground push approved, run a 1324, turn up heading 26, 0, kinetic departure.
0 over departure, Delta 1324.
Now departing on runway 30 left, Delta 2773 for San Antonio, Texas.
Southwest 897, taxi
That's what
off.
we've nicknamed the whale. It's an A220-100.
Delta, Christian, Southwest, 89, correction, 30, taxi, Delta, Whiskey.
Yeah, we were looking at the same thing. I was like, it's Delta Whiskey. Yeah, Delta Whiskey for 2 left, Southwest 897.
And before we get another departure, we have an arrival coming in from Phoenix.
Delta 38, taxi via
Delta 2274, 757-200 with the DN ending to the registration.
Delta 2416, exiting Mike 8, box 4.
Delta heading 260, kinetic departure.
Left 260, departure, Delta 2773. Runway 4, Delta 2516.
Kinetic ground front end.
Delta .92274. Mike, Hotel, Bravo, clear to cross runway 4, Delta 2516.
And our other 757-200 is now out of the penalty box
All right, at Delta, give way.
and can proceed to the gate
Delta 25.
because they got a slot available.
Fox 7.
Delta 2074, Roger, taxi via Delta, hold short of truck.
And this particular aircraft, speaking of slots, is coming from the slot machine capital of the United States.
2695, Minneapolis Tower, wind 28017, gust 27, traffic holds in position, 1930 left, clear line, final approach speed, please.
Clear line 30 left, reduce final, Delta 2695.
I'm sure someone on that jet that's arriving here to Minneapolis, St. Paul has at least done some slot play.
Delta 256, both those 75s are going to be on Delta.
Yeah, the
and
wind
I'm
is
not
still
sure if you'll
gusting.
squeeze past them.
Non-stop.
Make the right turn on Charlie and then out to the gate.
It was actually much
Hey, right turn,
more
Charlie,
fierce
Alpha,
earlier on in the day.
16.
Thank you.
It was howling.
5 Bravo Kilo, next travel's at a 4-mile final. You'll be right out as soon as
All right,
that
about to
aircraft
touch
clears.
down
Back
next
taxi,
is
930
Delta
left, the link, final point.
1159 from Kansas City with a 717. The three-letter airport code for Kansas City is MCI.
Delta 2437 is current taxi
This is a
at runway
former
22 and Alpha to the gate.
AirTran aircraft.
Let's put it on
The
Hey, latest,
registration
they're going
ending in
to, send us back to
8T.
the gate, so whenever it's convenient, we'll head back that way. Thank you.
Absolutely, be pretty quick. I'll get you.
All right, no worries, thanks.
1159, turn right onto the runway 4, please. Right on 4, no delay, ground point 9 are clearing.
All right, right on runway 4, Delta 159.
Exit right, please.
Sorry, good afternoon, Delta 94. Visual 3
They're taking their
5
sweet
Bravo
time
Kilo,
getting off the
turn
runway.
left, VFR 18
I guess they want a
heading
go on a
120,
sightseeing
14,
tour of
27,
runway 422 to
final,
their
runway
gate,
30
huh?
left, length, clear 4, takeoff.
Maybe.
That's what they turned on.
914, Minneapolis Tower, wind 7014, gust 27, traffic hold in position, 1930 left, good line.
Plan 30 left over 914. 26 South 97.
Delta 11 Samuel, turn 1 at your gate.
Delta
We got a Cirrus
159.
coming our way.
Wind 27014, gust
Oh, yeah,
27.
look right here.
Delta 11, Roger. Make the right turn on Alpha, and then Charlie.
Speed altitude permitting, turn left.
Yeah, it doesn't, Flight Radar 24 doesn't share where they're going, but it does tell us the type of aircraft.
Thank you.
Just says private owner.
Delta's 4117, next levels on a 5-mile final, access to runway full length, left turn Whiskey 2, westbound on Whiskey, call point 9.
Well, they really turned out of here.
Westbound on Whiskey, ground point 9, southwest 4117.
The 2437 at Charlie. Caution at Delta, give way to southwest, right to left.
Here, help today and connect departure.
No worries, 45 Bell Kilo, thanks for your help.
Coming in from New Orleans next is 2695 from
ground taxi via
Right at Charlie, cut a ground point 9
former
clearance.
Northwest
Charlie, ground point 9
registration.
clearance, Delta 2695.
359 Northwest and
4-mile final at Delta crossing at 30 left going
A320-200.
Alpha.
30 left cross, Delta Southwest 897.
2695, if you turn onto Alpha, give way to southwest, they're coming across at Delta.
Turn Alpha, Delta 2695.
Yep, you got southwest coming across at Delta, just let them cross.
5 on Charlie, taxi to Foxtrot 5. 636, visual 30 left.
Frequency 636, Minneapolis Tower, wind 28016, gust 27, traffic hold position, 1930 left to the land.
30 left, clear land. Country 636.
behind them. Taxi via Delta short Charlie 5.
Okay, behind them, Delta short of Charlie 5, Delta 695. Southwest 4117, we're westbound on Whiskey now and
So RJ with our lineup over there, as we can see at Concourse G
Taxi via Whiskey Delta.
on our wide-angle view across the airfield. You might notice we have a.
Delta 2260, runway 30
You might
left,
notice we
taxi
actually have
via
a
Charlie
pretty
5, Charlie Alpha.
different color in the mix of Delta jets over there.
Delta 2274 behind.
I spy a
company bus
swoop.
leaving Cali
Yep,
taxi in.
I see a swoop.
Swoop jet.
Delta 2695 taxi in via Delta.
visual 30.
So hopefully we'll get to see swoop
Minneapolis
de
Tower, wind
swoop
29015, gust 27, 1930 left to the land.
haul out of here. Hey Larry, you're welcome.
Start traffic at a 4-mile final, be ready, or 930 left, slide up on the line.
I bring some of my professional video production and broadcast camera work and experience to
Endeavor 52.
each of the live broadcasts.
Endeavor 54. Discard. Endeavor 249, Miss runway 30 right, taxi via Delta 2151, Minneapolis ground.
All right, everybody.
A 17.
Pencil time. 757-300 now arriving on runway 30 left.
Oh, and a former Northwest Red Tail to boot. It's from LAX, Delta Flight 914, registration 596 Northwest.
Off your left on Charlie, taxi via Hotel and Alpha.
I'm sure this departed on somebody's live stream out in LAX today. I'm pretty sure of it.
930 left, cleared for takeoff, no delay, please.
Delta 2695.
Runway heading fine.
There were not very many of these 757-300s made by Boeing. In fact, it was so unpopular that well under 100 units were manufactured. Just over 50 were produced by Boeing from 1999 into the
Delta 914, what is your
early 2000s. I want to say till about 2004.
Delta 914, Roger, behind the 73
Northwest.
Taxi via Alpha and Delta to get
Ordered just over a dozen and took delivery of the 757-300 type. Northwest loved them, especially on the trunk routes.
Heading out out to Santa Ana. That's Delta Flight 2107 and A220. And we are also getting a return to the gates of a Southwest Flight 4117 that was headed to Baltimore.
It's a very Minnesotan thing to say. It's a very Minnesotan reaction. Oh. There they are. There's that Southwest flight that's returning to the gate.
So hopefully whatever's going on will get it worked out and they can be on their way to Baltimore.
Sun Country 36, we're on Whiskey Parking, Hotel Pole.
Sun Country 66 is going to taxi via Whiskey Delta.
Whiskey Delta, Sun Country 66.
Delta 1991, that's going to thanks for your patience. Your push approved runway 30 right.
Push 30 right, Delta 1991.
And we've got another 30 left departure.
Headed to Bismarck, an A319, former Red Tail. With one of those NB registrations, so I think pretty much that's the case for all the A319s if I'm not mistaken, because that's all I notice.
I'm sorry. Behind the bus ahead, taxi via.
And you sort of have an inside scoop to why those aircraft have a November Bravo registration suffix to them.
Yeah, of course, I've been kind of curious as to why all of the A319s end in the NB. And I just kind of Googled it, and the connection might be the fact that there was something going on with those aircraft as they came in to be with Northwest because of a leasing scenario with Nations Bank at the time, which is nowadays Bank of America. So NB for Nations Bank, possibly.
And please, cut a ground point enter as you clear the runway.
Niner, we'll clear now.
And here's another one that's just arrived from Missoula, Montana. Another A319, also ending in NB with 319 in front of it.
Missoula, Montana. Beautiful city. Beautiful part of our country. It's in western Montana.
There's the three-letter airport code for Missoula is MSO. There'll be a quiz at the end of the stream. Just kidding. I would not know all of the three-letter codes either.
You've given me an idea.
Uh-oh.
And go back to the gate.
We should do a trivia question, and then at the end of our broadcast, stay tuned for the answer.
Here comes Delta 574 to Sacramento, 73-9 ER.
Skywest 3047, your push is approved, runway 3.
At a 4-mile final, I need you ready when I call. Runway 30 left, flat up and away.
Left the ice pad, just told that RGA Charlie 1 is coming open, so we'll start working our way over if it's okay with you.
74, thank you. Turn left heading 260 on cadet departure.
Heading 260, we'll talk to you later, Delta 574.
Now arriving SkyWest 3831 from Pittsburgh, on Embraer 175.
Their new airport terminal, by the way, Pittsburgh International, is nothing short of groundbreaking.
Yeah, Charlie, Alpha.
Because Pittsburgh actually used to be a U.S. Airways hub back in the day. Of course, the U.S. Airways merger with American resulted in the dehubbing of Pittsburgh. There are quite a few airports in the eastern Midwest or
if you have room
out in the northeast part of the United States that got dehubbed. Cleveland Hopkins got dehubbed. Cincinnati Northern Kentucky Airport got dehubbed at one point.
That was 4331.
Pittsburgh got dehubbed.
Right and left.
Those were all due to mergers.
Yeah.
Headed out to OKC as in Oklahoma City is SkyWest 3791.
Left, flat up point. Delta 605 Minneapolis Tower, wind 29013, gust 24, traffic hold to position prior, 930 left, clear to land. Go 3791.
Scott Bradley says
the
is
quick run,
Concourse
turn left
G
heading
the
260
old
now,
gold
connect first.
concourse? Yes, it is.
260 now, contact departure, SkyWest 3791.
Go 3620.
Delta 914 that we just saw arrive earlier has now been put in the penalty box.
Sir 921. Sir 921, give way to
There
the
have been
RJ.
quite a few aircraft that have been put in the
Sir
penalty
921,
box
give way
here
to the RJ.
today. It's what we call the 12
Give
right
away.
de-ice pad. If they're not getting de-iced, and if they're sitting over there, they're in the penalty box. That's what we're calling the penalty box. And here in Minnesota, we are the state of hockey. And RJ and I are huge hockey fans. Of course, we root for different teams, but hockey fans nonetheless.
Go Bolts.
Go Wings, go Red Wings.
91 taxi.
You notice neither one of us are
1613
supportive of the
across
local
24.
team here in the Twin Cities. Sometimes that's just the way life
1842,
rolls.
At Delta, good way to turn ahead. Delta 1842 at Delta.
All right, here's Southwest, departing off runway 30 left.
Altimeter 2964.
Headed to Chicago
Zero right
Midway.
behind the C2 for your tail taxi via Papa.
It's like 897.
Via Papa, behind the C2 at our Delta 20. Delta 881, runway 30 right, taxi via Papa. Right via Papa, Delta 1991 taxi. Delta 1991, runway 30 right, taxi via Delta, hold short of Quebec. 30 right, Delta, hold short Quebec, Delta 91. SkyWest 3624, taxi straight ahead via Delta, and what's your gate? Straight ahead, Delta, SkyWest 3624.
Turn left heading 260, contact departure.
Left turn 260, switch departure, Southwest 897.
Here comes SkyWest 4139 from Rapid City.
Delta 30, yeah, affirmative, on pop across 192.
Embraer 175
Delta
LR.
947, forgot about you, I'll get back in a moment. Yes, sir.
Minneapolis ground, Delta
It
26.
was a
Right, Delta
1
contact
hour,
ground
11-minute flight.
Delta ground 49, SkyWest 4139.
All-Star 921 Minneapolis Tower without delay at Charlie
Their
Cross.
three-letter airport
left, turn
code
left
could
on
be
Whiskey,
one of the
traffic
easier
2
ones.
final.
It's
Without
RAP.
delay, cross 30 left, and then left on hotel, turn 921. Up ahead, taxi via Delta, short of Quebec, monitor ground point 8. Sky 3624. Sky 3624, behind the up on the aircraft ahead, taxi via Delta, short of Quebec, and monitor ground. Turn left at Whiskey, taxi Whiskey 6 to signature, monitor ground point 9.
Oh, it looks like I might have a little bit of an update
Whiskey,
with the
monitor ground,
NB issue with the A319s from Mike 7896. He says NB equaling Norwest Bank, who originally owned the NWA 319s. Norwest Bank merged with Wells Fargo in 1998.
Oh, that's a bit of fun trivia.
That's just ahead into your left.
The Embraer, Delta 2695.
Thank you so much for that info. Yeah, I was just going by what I had come up on Google, the first link that I clicked on, so glad it looks like we got that corrected.
Stresses the importance of cross-referencing information.
14 gust 23, runway 30 left, clear to land. Call sign, Fort Charlie 8, say again.
Sky 31, changing gate to Bravo. With 31, roger. Monitor ground on point at 11. Pointing, 38.
05, right at Charlie, contact ground point outer.
Charlie, point outer, Delta 605. Yeah, Delta 605 on Charlie for
280, runway 30 left, clear for takeoff.
Uptime 280, 30 left, clear for takeoff, Delta 2268.
Delta 1026, Minneapolis target, 30
All
left.
right, clear for takeoff. 30 left.
30 left, line of Boeing.
For Delta 2268 to Fort Myers, Southwest Florida International.
Call, takeoff. Do you want Delta 1991?
Oh, and Alex, our Daniel Swanson just
1991.
shared with us and said there is still a northwest
Negative.
port in Egan off of Pilot Knob Road, I'm sure.
Delta, now let's verify you're holding
Didn't
short
use
of
the
Quebec.
word road, but
We are on Delta for Quebec.
I'm sure that's what he meant.
Delta 10, thank you. Now you can monitor ground point 8. Okay, point 8, Delta 1991. Sun Country Main 7933 from control point 88. Text to the west cargo Christian. Reposition the cargo via Delta Kilo 3, cross 17 Lima, cross 94. Behind company here, tail pulling into Punk Rock.
Heading 260 and contact departure.
Heading 260, departure, Delta 2268.
Delta 1026 to Atlanta, Hartsfield Jackson, the busiest airport in the world.
Sky 3816, Minneapolis Tower, traffic 2 mile final. Traffic will hold in position. Winds 290 and 11, gust 22.
And here comes our flight to Atlanta.
30 Super Tug 4, Minneapolis ground. You still looking to push?
Yeah, there's no break in the action here today.
Super Tug 4 at Gulf 8, push is approved. Delta 2971, Minneapolis ground, push approved, and 30 left. Push approved for 30, Delta 2971. Delta 605, roger that, gates on the push, after the tunnel, join Bravo, taxi and 1 able. Tunnel, join Bravo,
535, Minneapolis Tower, 30 left, lot of point. Traffic 5 mile final to CRJ.
05, taxi past Dolphin on Alpha, and then 180 onto Bravo. Past the gate.
Touching down
and then
from
180.
Seattle is Delta 942,
270, then contact
73-9
270 over departure, Delta
ER.
26.
So the Delta 73-9s
Portovia,
are
Bravo,
ERs,
tunnel.
extra range.
Bravo
1026 from the 270, contact departure.
And as I will always call those sharklet,
942, turn at
like
contact
wing
ground point outer.
tips. I'll say wing tips correctly.
Those are the split scimitar winglets.
Yeah, those are my favorite. I think they're pretty cool looking.
They certainly are. Let's go ahead and get a closer look at them. Well, as close as the camera can zoom in anyway.
Delta 942 ground taxi via Alpha,
Now
Charlie.
look at those
And
winglets.
hold for question Alpha.
Super
Left turn
efficient.
runway 4 and hold for Charlie 6.
Turn right. Heading
Next up to depart
340,
runway 30 left, Delta 535 with the A321neo to Anchorage, Alaska, the last frontier.
And one thing I've noticed is that there's more than one flight a day to Anchorage.
Yeah, that particular service can get quite busy. And of course, we also saw the Fairbanks flight earlier too.
Super Truck 4, continue around the tunnel and hold short
It
of
was an
Delta.
excellent catch.
Runner tunnel. At 68, release so between 28 and 30, time now 08. Right, 7, 28 and 30, time
were talking about swoop.
Yeah.
They're on the move.
I want to get the turnout with our flight to Anchorage, Alaska with a 321 Neo.
2971, runway 30 left, taxi via Delta Alpha.
Taxi 30 left via Delta Alpha.
Swoop plane.
35 on the 340 heading, contact departure today.
My guess is they're getting a tow over to SeaWorld.
Right at
Yeah, because
right
from
at
here
Charlie,
it looked
contact
like
bound
they're,
0.9.
that was the case, because I do see something pulling it from in front.
SeaWorld is the nickname for the sea gates at MSP Airport.
Swoop off the left, and the CRJ is no factor.
Delta.
And the photobombing CRJ.
How dare them? But hey,
How Midwestern.
Okay, with 32 taxi
Yeah.
via Charlie,
You
and then
betcha.
behind the Delta bus off your right, slide over to Delta, and then
that
Delta,
CRJ just
come
came
back
in
to the
from
gate.
Sioux Falls, South Dakota. Flight 3816. That was a whopping 37-minute flight.
That's a mighty long
Forward
stretch
behind
for an
the
Embraer
J.
or a
Ahead.
CRJ.
Change
Excuse
to
me,
gate
for
via
a
Delta,
CRJ.
Off the ground, 0.8.
All kidding aside, that flight is super short. You're wheels up, and before you know it, wheels down. Same with the regional flights to Rochester, Minnesota.
4 monitor ground, 0.8.
Yeah, to drive it, I think that's about an hour and 20 minutes. Maybe an hour and
It's
a
not
half.
too bad of a drive.
Behind the swoop
I've made the
to
drive to
runway
Rochester a
30
few
right,
times.
Delta, Papa.
So to fly it,
Delta Papa 30 right and behind the Delta 23.
You're up and you're down, quite literally.
yep.
Can we start taxiing over to the gate?
Delta 914, stand by. I gotta get United out of Valley.
Ground United 68, right taxi and sequence.
United 658, runway 30 left. Taxi via Delta Alpha.
30 left via Delta Alpha United 6.
Delta 2350, monitor tower, Crystal monitor ground, 0.8.
0.8 Delta 20. 1172, visual 30 left.
Delta 1172 Minneapolis Tower, winds 2908, gust 21, runway 30 left.
SoCal Aviation, thank you for tuning in. Great stream as always. Keep up the great work, guys. Can't wait to be there next week.
Taxi in
Looking
via
forward
Charlie
to connecting with you and saying hi from the viewing area. Can't wait to have you enjoy
Delta
some
914,
live plane
regard.
spotting in person, SoCal.
The 942.
Appreciate
taxi in
the
via Charlie 6.
wonderful words.
The 914. You ready for taxi back to the gate? Delta 14, thank you. Taxi via Alpha, Delta, cross runway 4.
Alpha Delta cross runway 4, Delta 914.
Oh,
I hear somebody powering up. Oh, gotta get on the ladder.
yeah, that's our flight that came in from LAX that was in the penalty box. They've just gotten cleared to head to their gate. That's why that's nicknamed a pencil.
It's a very long and slender
Delta 914,
airframe.
instructions, taxi via Alpha, Charlie 5, cross runway 4.
So the power play has expired, and Delta is now out of the penalty box. Full strength for Delta.
Yep.
Delta 2971 company, 5 mile final.
So there was no
runway 30
goal
left,
scored, and
turn
the
left heading 280,
power
clear
play
takeoff.
expired earlier than the 2 minutes.
No goals scored at all.
Exactly. Us darn hockey people. But I'll tell you, down where I was in the Tampa area, when it was announced that we were going to get an expansion team for the Lightning, and when they finally started to play in the 92-93 season, and eventually have, done what they've done since, people down there at the time knew hockey because there's so many people down there that are from somewhere else.
I know, so many transplants. Well, and the NHL thought that they could tap into the Phoenix market with what was then known as the Phoenix Coyotes after the original Winnipeg Jets moved. The Coyotes experiment was a disaster. There was one good year, but that's basically about it.
270, fly
followed
west,
by the
contact departure.
NW.
Left 270, switch departure, good night, Delta 2971.
And folks, if you're enjoying our broadcast of live plane spotting from Minneapolis St. Paul International Airport, hey, feel free to give us a thumbs up, or hey, even subscribe if you want to get notified for when we go live. You want to take it a step further. If you really love what we're doing here and you want to support us and our live shows, you can visit the links in the description below to check out our YouTube memberships with amazing perks. Start at just $3 a month on YouTube, and also buy me a coffee as well. We are now on the Buy Me a Coffee crowdfunding platform as well. Now, we are on Patreon in addition to that, but we're trying to move away to Buy Me a Coffee, so we're kind of in a transition phase. Now, of course, for our sponsorships, they will remain on that platform.
Yeah, 658, make the left turn at Alpha 2, Bravo for Alpha 1, monitor tower.
27 on visual 30 left.
Delta 2027, Minneapolis Tower, winds 290 at 10, gust 18,
And
runway
we're now
30
looking
left,
at Delta 1172 from Denver at
Delta.
A321. Today's flight, an hour and 25 minutes.
297 from taxi
That
around,
sounds about right, because I've
Charlie Alpha, you need to take around the Shamrock up the nose.
gone to Denver and back a couple
72,
times
ground,
here.
good day.
The last 2 times I have flown, and that flight time starts, it's about right. And this is actually about the flight that I came back on the last time I went out and came back. This is about the time of day we got in, and grabbed my luggage over to my car and back home I went.
1172, side step to Delta, taxi via Delta, hold short, Quebec.
Delta short of Quebec.
The 2962, you can taxi around across off the nose as well, and then go back cross 4, park in the 12 left ice pad. Plan to leave it in just about 10 minutes. It won't be very, very long. Actually, Delta 2962, just stay in the line. Just stay on back. He's going to move off the nose. Shamrock 988, runway 3 left, taxi to Quebec, Charlie Alpha.
Whoa, what? Whoa, what the heck? RJ, did you catch that?
All aircraft. If you are at 121.8, please change to 121.8.
Oh, wow. We're going to get Aer Lingus on the South Parallel. Oh. They're almost always north side.
Yeah, okay, I
Mark
see them.
988,
They
traffic up the
have
left-hand side,
pushed,
I'll
and
be
it
waiting for
looks
you.
like they're getting close to being ready to taxi.
So I was
The
wondering,
2962
what are they
traffic off the
doing? They're
left
pushing
of
back the
23.
wrong way, but then I also kind of thought maybe they might come over here. And then, of course, we heard on frequency as you guys did along with us that Aer Lingus is going to be coming over to 30 left to depart in front of us. Wow, what a special
That's 1566.
treat.
Ground push approved, runway 30
They're
left.
almost always on the north side. I think we may have gotten an assist from MSP Tower. Maybe.
They know we're over here.
But also, it could be that they have filed for 30 left due to performance. Because that is another very real possibility, too. So there's a lot of... And we're just speculating here.
Behind the 2 jets, right
So
to
we don't
left
know
off
the actual reason why they've decided to come over here. Like, if we were to guess, probably a performance thing. Maybe ATC told them to go 30 left. I don't know if they're trying to... Who knows?
Well, the one thing I have noticed is that most of the traffic coming in and going out is over here on the south side. I'm not seeing as much
Delta
for
2094, Minneapolis Tower,
departures
wind 300 at 13, gust 19, runway
Yeah.
30
and
left.
arrivals on the north side at the moment.
So look at that.
2962.
Shamrock
I'm gonna
988
say this on you one
gonna
more
be
time,
coming
but
over
it's gonna
here.
play easy. You're gonna cross.
We've also got United 658 that's going to be taking off here in about a couple of minutes to Chicago O'Hare.
Oh, and I spoke too soon because we just had a flight rotate off the north side to Boston.
Be able to go. All right.
Whoopsie!
Cross 4.
Oh, you're good. We've just had so much action in front of us here. You'd think that everything was arriving and departing on the South Parallel. That'd be runway 30 left today, or 12 right, 30 left. It's the widest runway here at MSP International Airport. It's 200 feet wide. The rest of the runways that are at MSP are 150 feet wide.
All right, everybody needs to salute this one because this is a former Northwest Red Tail coming in from San Jose, an A320.
This is kind of something that RJ started that we do to commemorate the ex-Northwest Airlines vets. All of the ex-Northwest Airlines Delta equipment gets a salute from us to pay tribute to the airline that once called Minnesota home. And for Minnesota residents, when they saw that red tail abroad, that was home.
1605 Minneapolis Tower, traffic 2 mile final, traffic will hold in position, wind 300 at 15, gust 19er, runway 30 left, clear.
And I know earlier you got a glimpse of it, but you know what I have with me today?
Oh my goodness, that's right.
Oh,
I completely
yes.
forgot about that.
Yeah, as I was getting ready to, as I would say, push back for departure from my house to come out today, I went back in and grabbed it.
It's a special hat.
And I don't think the hat has been out here since the last trip that my dad flew in and out of here.
So there's Shamrock 988. Strutting its stuff to the threshold of 30 left. We've also got Delta 1484 Heavy with the A350-900 to depart to Detroit tonight. As far as other interesting movements, we've got Air France going to Charles de Gaulle. It's going back home with a 787-9 Dreamliner. Also, if there's enough available daylight, we'll catch 1303 Heavy, which is an A350 arrival from Detroit Metro for Delta. And I also know that there's going to be some more A330s in the mix in addition to those.
Turn right, make contact around point honor.
So there is still plenty more action-packed moments coming your way here at MSP Airport Live.
The 2027, okay. Same instructions. The gate.
Ground Delta 2094 is on Mike for Foxtrot 16.
Delta 2094, turn right on up. Turn left on Delta, cross runway
280, runway 30 left, clear for takeoff.
Now ready to depart runway 30 left, Delta 2297 for Phoenix Sky Harbor International. As we get the baggage train rolling by.
Mark 988, tower frequency 126.
Well, they want to get in on it too. They don't want to be left out.
Those are UPS containers. Probably from the MD-11 that landed earlier tonight.
2027, just join the intersection
no luggage.
now if you would, please.
Or from that A300 too. Both arrived from Louisville, by the way.
Shamrock 988, Minneapolis Tower, good evening, hold short of runway 30 left.
Hold short, runway 30 left, Shamrock 988.
Comes Delta 2297 headed to Phoenix. It's 73-9.
2297, turn left heading 270, contact departure.
270 over departure, Delta 2297.
All right, so we're going to have one more arrival here in ahead of our Shamrock A321XLR departure to Dublin. We've also got Southwest. We've got United that are also on their way out of here, too. In addition to that, a Delta 120 Heavy that arrived earlier tonight still has its transponder on, by the way. Delta 120 Heavy is the daily flight from Tokyo Haneda to MSP.
988.
The flights to Tokyo and Seoul, the longest services to and from the Twin Cities, both flown with the A350-900.
Right out for 1, hold short 30 left.
Now, when the Tokyo route came back, Delta originally restarted that service with the A330-900 Neo, but they had to be flying payload optimized because that route really was stretching the range of the 330-900 Neo. And they also had an increase in demand. And the A350, sooner or later, and eventually got stuck on that flight.
Turn right, heading 340, runway 30 left, clear for takeoff. Southwest 1566 Minneapolis Tower, runway 30 left, final point.
Got an A220 on the move. All right, Aer Lingus is now lined up with 30 left.
That's 4236, via Papa.
Medevac 911 Echo Delta, Minneapolis Tower, radar contact 12 miles south of Minneapolis Airport, cleared through the class Bravo.
All right, here's Aer Lingus to Dublin.
Altimeter's 2964, for now continue northbound at or above 2,500.
Thanks for this, Bravo.
Southwest 1566, turn left heading 270, runway 30 left, clear for takeoff.
Runway 30 left, copy 1 minute position at 68.
6180 on to Quebec. 1127 Minneapolis ground, what's your gate number?
On visual 30 left.
Shamrock 988 on the 340 heading, contact departure, good flight.
On the heading departure, thank you, Shamrock 988. Bye.
Delta 789 Minneapolis Tower, traffic holds in position, wind 290 at 10, gust 19, runway 30 left, clear to land.
30 left, clear to land, Delta 789.
All right, here's Southwest to Nashville, Tennessee.
Southwest 1566, contact departure, good flight.
Roger, good afternoon, 1566.
All right, next up to launch off 30 left, United 658 to Chicago O'Hare. So they have not started their takeoff roll just yet.
58, turn left heading 270, runway 30 left, clear for takeoff.
On departure, left turn heading at 270, clear for takeoff, runway 30 left, United 658.
Delta maintenance 3510 heavy, monitor tower on 1217.
Oh, look at that. Delta Maintenance is under its own power taxiing an A350 from Tech Ops to the gate.
Wow.
I don't know. That might be for Delta 1484 Heavy to Detroit tonight.
2962.
So after we get United departing, we'll switch over and catch our A350 taxiing to the gate. Because usually they'd get a tug to do it.
Ground Delta 2607,
2607, 58, contact departure, good day.
or departure, good day, United 658.
It also looks like we might have some rain approaching the airfield here, RJ. Uh-oh.
911 Echo Delta, proceed.
Yeah, it's...
Hey, proceed to what?
Yeah, there's weather in the forecast, so... We should...
Traffic for 1 Echo Delta.
1 Echo Delta, proceed direct to Minneapolis Children's.
If it does anything, I don't think it's gonna last. But
It's a little bit of rain. It's
But it's the forecast for later tonight.
Delta 789, what's the gate tonight?
Call 14.
Delta 789, roger, 2 right turns, alpha to the gate, and monitor ground point honor.
2 right turns off of gate, monitor point 9, Delta 79. Both on ready for left badge 656.
Yeah, we've got some rain headed our way here, so that's certainly a pretty serious thing here. So let's go ahead and take a look.
Tower, cross runway 30 left.
Let's take a look at our weather radar, because keep in mind this is actually something that we deploy and integrate into our live broadcasts.
Yeah, we've got a helio going over us.
Oh, here comes the rain. And we also got a helicopter flying overhead. And there's our helicopter. RJ Bean, you are the MVP of this broadcast. Sometimes, I swear, the jacket, the high-vis jacket that you brought, I'm gonna show our audience here. I'm gonna pan the camera down here to show our booth here. Look at that. It's a waterproof rain jacket protecting the expensive equipment that is nestled safely underneath. RJ Bean for the win. My goodness.
Yeah, brownie points.
That reminds me, I got to work on the backshop project that I had put off for months in looking at getting a lot of rain gear for our production equipment. I think that is the next order of business, knowing that the reliable internet hardware task was taken care of, and that's all thanks to the wonderful support through our memberships that we receive. We're able to deliver a clean and really reliable feed today. I mean, on the technical end, it's been good so far.
Icy push. That's Iceland pushing for departure.
All right, so we're going to go ahead and take a look at our live weather radar. RJ, this is what the weather picture looks like right now. So you can see the blobs of light green, just a sprinkling of some sprinkles.
Yeah, not much, but it's enough to see the spots here around us with what we're standing on, with the sidewalk that kind of borders the parking area.
Yeah, a few sprinkles is fine. A few sprinkles is fine. It's the heavier stuff that we all know can wreak havoc on electronics sometimes. But yeah, we're doing okay. So
tower, fly heading 300, runway 30 right, cleared for takeoff.
So I'm also going to try and get to some of your comments here while we have a little bit of a break in the action here from MSP.
And the sky kind of has that look, too. Like it's got something in it.
Daniel says, thanks, RJ.
You're welcome. The jacket comes in handy for more things than just trying to get waves. Yeah, we're getting some.
Now, I had debated bringing mine out today, but I'm like, nah, I don't need it.
Well, I've noticed one thing is for sure. The temperature has definitely been dropping since I've been out here today because according to my phone, it's 61 degrees.
You bet, Jaden. Thanks for always being out here. Well, you are very, very welcome. Triple O watching from Apple Valley. Great stream. Stay warm.
300 heading contact departure. Good day.
That's my neck of the woods, by the way.
You never know, you might be neighbors.
Wouldn't that be crazy? I mean, I'll tell you what, out of all the things.
You never know.
Yeah, that's true.
56 sequence.
Because a few weeks ago when we had our flight attendants come in for a visit over at the History Center, when they did their reunion, one of the people in that group was just north of where I was in Florida. So we knew exactly where each of us were.
Yeah.
You know, you start describing things and
right there to pass your tail. You can push for runway 30 left, point 9.
it's like, oh yeah, I know exactly where you are. You're next to this? Oh yeah, I know where that is.
Yep. All right, so we're going to give you a little bit of a visual guide for you visual folks out there like myself about what the traffic pattern looks like visualized on the layout or map of MSP Airport. So we're in what's called a northwest flow today. So the winds are right down the pipe for our parallel runways, 12 right, 30 lefts, and 12 left, 30 rights. So both runways are being used for arrivals and departures. And, of course, as we've seen here, especially to start the broadcast, very close spacing, non-stop departures and arrivals, just back to back to back to back to back to back. And everyone needs to be hustling. Everybody in this configuration. Because typically, we have 3 runways going. So we have 17 that's used for departures, and then both parallels for arrivals and departures. But when you have this kind of a configuration where the wind has been as fierce as it has been today, right down the pipe for the parallel runways, you could use runway 35. And, of course, we have seen the use of runway 35 in the past, but this is the configuration that, you know, typically, with the conditions we're seeing today, is in use. Now, when the 12s are active, 17 is also active to handle most of the narrow-body departing traffic, and it is departure only.
Ground Delta 2485, ready to taxi with Quebec.
Delta 2045, 30 right, taxi via Papa.
So, RJ, we caught the Toronto Blue Jays departing for St. Louis, Missouri, because they got to play the Cardinals coming up. And if you remember, folks, if you were with us last week on Thursday evening, RJ, you were also there too, as we'll do a little bit of a spotting flashback to Thursday this week. This was them arriving. Now, they came in on the north side, runway 30 right. The 30s were also active that evening. And this is also towards the end of our broadcast, too, when they kind of moseyed by, taxied across runway 30 left. They were on taxiway Mike here, and then they made the left-hand turn on taxiway Whiskey. So it was really nice to see them kind of closer up here at the viewing area. Even though that they arrived on the north side, they went to Signature to drop off the Toronto Blue Jays.
But that's not where they loaded up and went out from today. So, any ideas for that reasoning?
So where'd you see them?
Well, they came. Remember, they came.
Yeah. Sometimes the NFL charters for the Minnesota Vikings do that. It just depends. Or they'll go to the remote pad over by Concourse G, or even the T2 Humphrey Terminal remote pad. Sports charters are certainly a very interesting animal. Now, speaking of sports charters, I wanted to let all of you know that this fall, the Minnesota Vikings, they will be playing the Baltimore Ravens at home. Okay, why are you bringing this up? Why is this significant? Well, I'll tell you why. There are 3 teams in the National Football League that use the Atlas Air 747-400 charter-configured jets for passenger. The Baltimore Ravens, they happen to be one of those 3 teams. The other 2 are the Miami Dolphins and the Jacksonville Jaguars that primarily use Atlas Air's 747s to charter the teams around during the NFL season. So we will get the Atlas Air 747 passenger jet with the Ravens charter. We're going to get it earlier in the season or later in the season. It's to be determined.
Scouts 4010, 2 left turns, pop in your gate, monitor ground plan.
And of course, the Vikings will play a couple games over across the pond this
runway
coming
30
season
right,
too.
cleared for takeoff. There's 656 Minneapolis Tower, runway 30 left, on point.
Runway 30 left side, 656. Six-35 uniform heavy Minneapolis Tower or Minneapolis ground. They push approved runway 30 left.
Alaska 605 with BPM Echo 8 correction. Quebec right test.
Go 5605 runway.
So Air France is ready to push. Iceland Air is almost ready to take off on 30 left.
60 runway 30 left, clear for takeoff.
Right, heading 360, good takeoff. Alright, clear, 65.
All right, so Iceland Air will pop out from right to left on your screen.
Do you want to hold the push?
The threshold of 30 left is obscured, but most of the runway is visible here, so we'll see them be visible in just a couple of seconds. They're now on the takeoff
Your
roll.
aircraft is too large for that side of the airport. It creates a lot of congestion. We give you 30 left because of ease of taxi. So just advise me to push again and we'll get you going. Oh, that's very unusual, Air France 635 uniform. That must have been a mistake. I apologize.
7 Minneapolis Tower, runway 30 right, line of point. The 2977, fly heading 300, runway 30 right, cleared for takeoff.
There we go, Iceland Air 656 blasting off for Reykjavik. Now we will also have a Delta flight to Reykjavik as well, if memory serves.
Departure 656, good day.
Yeah, a slight update with a departure for Air France. According to Flight Radar, 7:53. But I do see their beacons are on.
2977, fly heading 300, contact departure, good day.
2809, great taxi, Quebec. 2809, runway 3, great taxi via Papa. On your right, Papa, Delta 2809.
Jeff asks us, and me in particular, any plans on doing another meet and greet event in the future? Well,
Allegiant 259,
we're actually close to closing in on 6,000 subscribers, so we might take that as an excuse to do another meet and greet event. I think what we'll do is this. Probably towards the end of summer is what I'm thinking, but again, don't quote me on that. Because I certainly, because of the success of how the last one turned out, which was not broadcasted live, because there was a lot of last-second stuff involved in doing that and setting up a stream. In addition to that, was just not in the cards that day. And also, I wanted to take the time to connect with many of you. If we are going to do another meet and greet, it is going to be live, and we will be broadcasting it. We'll have like a spotter cam. We'll be doing some interviews, kind of in that camp. So we got to get on it, RJ. We got Allegiant departing to Asheville.
Yep, it's an A320. They've just rotated. Positive climb, wheels up. Yeah, we were getting a little bit of a lull there. Nothing,
contact departure, good day.
no arrivals, no departures, but that doesn't happen too often here.
Well, in this configuration, too, I mean, you're going to have waves of action, even at the bigger airports. You know, take your pick, right? LAX, O'Hare. Stuff comes in waves.
And we've only got 2 aircraft sitting parked over at T2 at the moment. And I think that includes, unfortunately, the Southwest that came back to the gate.
So Air France has its beacons on. No transponder yet. But that will surely change. Both beacons on is certainly a good sign that they are about ready to push
Delta 2309
for Paris.
Is approved. Runway 30 left, 0.9er to taxi.
Well, it actually looks like Air France has pushed upon closer inspection. Hard to tell because they're so far out.
No jet bridge.
Uniform, heavy push approved, runway 30 left.
Yeah, so they'll be contacting ground, 0.9er to taxi.
Frequency 121.9er. Ground, push approved, runway 30 left, 0.9er to taxi.
All right, so we're going to do a spotter guide on the Air France 787-9 at Dreamliner. Our spotter guides presented in part by DG Pilot. These aircraft are all over the system for Air France. And we see a lot of them stateside here in the U.S., but they also serve routes to places such as Mauritius. All of the French territories across the globe are connected by their wide-body fleet, and in particular the 787 Dreamliners. They are a very important piece to the transportation puzzle Air France has to solve. And we love seeing the Air France Dreamliners here. Big billboard lettering on the side. The really cool wing flex from these aircraft is nothing short of incredible. And when those GE NX-1B engines are howling down the runway, it is quite the sight.
Traffic
And the
at the
sound.
marker is a 7-3.
That it is indeed.
Sun Country 500, turn left, the taxi to the gate, monitor ground 100.
So there you go. There's a quick look at the spotter guide on the
Skywest 5605.
Air France 787-9 Dreamliner.
30 left, clear for takeoff.
So actually, Air France is pushing now. It's a wonderful, wonderful sign. And we will get the 30 left departure tonight in addition to catching the pushback here, folks. I want to catch this going off on the north side here for just a minute. (757) 300 departure off of runway 30 right.
The 2809.
It's off to San Francisco. It's an assignment that I have not quite seen yet for the 757 300.
That departing 75 headed to San Francisco, of course, is former Northwest
56
Red Tail.
heading
So, of course,
270,
it was a little
contact
delayed, but yep, she got a salute.
or departure gas 5605.
I don't like to miss them if I can help it, but I don't get them all. Always in good fun.
We've also got Delta 2309 pushing back for Orlando, Florida, which is, RJ, can you guess what aircraft this is?
Oh, jeez. I know we did this one other time.
I'll give you a hint. It's a former Red Tail,
Oh, is that a 20?
and it's long.
Oh, it's a pencil.
Yep. 757 300.
Oh, yeah, there it is. Okay.
583 November Whiskey is the registration on that aircraft that will be taking charge of that service to Orlando, Florida. We'll see that departure here in just a short bit. And we'll also get Air France. They have pushed back. They're starting up, and they're going to be taxiing to 30 left in just a few moments.
Oh, yeah, their transponder's on now.
Moving here shortly. And calling Minneapolis.
And you know what? There's so
79.
many tails over there right now. It all kinds of. It's sometimes kind of hard to tell who's what and
I
where.
guess you have Bravo.
Yeah.
To want to verify you are at 79 ready taxi. 49 runway 30 right. Via Papa.
Radar contact 11 miles south of the Minneapolis Airport. For now, proceed direct.
Delta 2057 on the visual 30 left.
L2057 Minneapolis Tower, wind 300 at 9 gust 18, runway 30 left, clear to land.
That's Southwest 2641 from Denver.
Southwest 2641, turn left Charlie, taxi Charlie Tango Delta to park, monitor ground point enter.
Charlie Tango Delta Park, and monitor ground Southwest 2641.
So, RJ, it kind of looks like our rain threat has moved on.
L3, let's amend it. Proceed to the
Well,
runway
and I
4,
saw-
Or am I
overfly
deceived?
runway
Well-
422 over the top of the airport at or above 2,500.
There might be a little something south of us.
Endeavor 5489 Minneapolis
weather app
Tower,
that I
runway
like to
30 right,
use.
turn right heading 340, clear for takeoff.
Yeah, we might have a little something.
And Alpha 635 uniform, ready for taxi.
Just depends on what
Air France
pace.
635, form runway 30 left, taxi via Alpha.
30 left by Alpha 635 uniform.
Delta 2309, runway 30 left, taxi
So
via
that's
Alpha.
our weather
Hello, Air
radar.
France.
There's a little something, just maybe a sprinkle here and there, but yeah, I think we'll be all right. It doesn't look too serious.
It isn't going to be any worse than it was that we had a little while ago.
Ground up 2749, taxi. 2749, runway 30 left.
I want to give a big shout out to Michael Larson, who's helping to moderate the chat tonight. He's our managing producer.
Uniform will be on 126.7.
He's also monitoring our live feed tonight, which is what a master controller does. So Micah, our master controller on duty tonight, I guess you could say that, as well as our moderator in charge. Welcome to the stream, buddy. Hopefully we'll get Micah on Wednesday. Yeah, Wednesday we plan to go live here from MSP International Airports. Now, we're probably going to be starting earlier than we typically do, and that is because we actually have a special arrangement here at the aircraft viewing area. Now, we can't disclose anything other than the fact that we're getting interviewed. And that's all I can say. So there will be a specific moment in time where we will need to take an extended intermission.
4969 Minneapolis Tower, right heading 340.
This Wednesday should also be a pretty good spotting day as well.
Well, the weather forecast certainly looks good.
And I'm also willing to bet significantly less windy.
Oh, yeah. And warmer.
I know for several people that were out here, they had to go back in their cars because they actually got cold.
Friend 635, Uniform Heavy, Minneapolis Tower, roger. Uniform Heavy, runway 30 left, launch point.
Well, I was checking in on some other things, but this is a salute because it's
Air France 635 Uniform Heavy, runway
Northwest
30
coming in
left,
from
line
Indianapolis and A320.
0 left, Alpha 635 uniform.
Delta 2057, ground point honor.
Ground point 9, Delta 2057. Delta 2057 exiting on Charlie for Charlie 12.
Delta 2057 Minneapolis ground taxi via Charlie.
Oh boy, we got another helicopter.
Point 8 now.
Charlie Quebec, monitor point 8, Delta 2057.
Mail 3, proceed northbound.
Northbound, Mail 3.
Endeavor 4969 on the 340 heading, contact departure. Mail 3, traffic off your left is a CRJ climbing out of 2100 northwestbound.
Yeah, there's traffic, please.
Mail 3, caution, wake turbulence for the departed CRJ. Proceed direct, Abbott, maintain visual separation.
Direct Abbott, maintain visual, Mail 3.
Air France 635 Uniform Heavy, fly runway heading, runway 30 left, clear for takeoff.
All right.
Fly runway heading and clear for takeoff. 30
Air
left,
France.
Alpha 635 uniform.
They are lining up with the runway as we speak. They should be good to just about turn and burn off runway 30 left. If they want to do that, of course, they don't have anybody that's in close proximity to them that's on short final right now. There is one aircraft on short final, but just on final approach, not short final, but it is a little ways out.
Yeah, that one that you were just referring to, they just popped out below the clouds, so they're still a little bit further out.
All right, here we go. Here's our Air France Dreamliner thundering down 30 left for Paris.
Minneapolis Tower, good evening. Country 1914 is with you on the, I guess it's the visual for 30 left.
Country 1914, Minneapolis, good evening. Heavy 787 on the lift. Caution wing turbulence, runway 30 left. Clear to land. The wind 200 at 9er, gust 1. 309, caution wing turbulence from the Dreamliner departure ahead. Runway 30 left, line of way 73 at the marker.
Look at that wing flex.
I'm going to share this one before it even starts because it's going to be a roll to rotate salute for Delta 2309 headed down to Orlando, former Northwest Equipment and 583 Northwest.
Delta 2309, the wind 280 at 11, gust 17, flat runway heading, runway 30 left, clear for takeoff.
All right.
Take off on 30 left.
1563, airborne time, void.
Alright, 1517, time now, 1.5 Delta.
Air France 635, uniform contact, we'll see it.
Thanks, Alan, for the encouragement. Alan says, keep up the great work, guys, from Winona, Minnesota.
Oh, I've got family down in that area, or cousins.
31, runway 30 left, check, 75.
That's our beloved Northwest Red Tail headed off to Orlando.
Delta 2309, turn left heading 270, contact departure, we'll see you.
Turn 270 over to departure Delta 2309.
Delta 2749, Minneapolis Tower, runway 30 left, line up and wait.
30 left line wind, Delta 2749.
Elias, thanks for tuning in. Good to see you. Elias is another one of our fantastic MSP Airport Live members. Looks like we're going to get a mic taxi.
Country 1914, offset,
off 749, wind 290 at 11, fly runway heading runway 30 left, clear for takeoff. Runway heading 30 left, clear for takeoff, Delta 2749.
Forward, country 940.
Yeah, this is Sun Country 914 from Grand Rapids with a mic. Taxi.
931, join Alpha and hold. I'm going to put Balsos in front of you for your time. That's 931, join Alpha and hold. Which one is ready? 21 30 left, taxi Alpha. 30 left, taxi Alpha.
You see anybody looking out the window?
931.
It's hard to tell with the smaller monitor.
Turn off the pass Delta and
It's picking up a little bit again. Oh, that's delayed Northwest Red Tail Salute. That's A320 headed to Austin. Flight 2749.
Delta 2749, turn left heading 260 and contact departure.
Left turn 260 over to departure, Delta 2749. Good night. And for Delta 2931, confirm that behind the 320 as well.
Yeah, I'm going to put them first. They haven't called yet for taxi, so just wait for that 320 and then continue.
Copy all, Delta.
There we go. We got a busy Concourse G tonight. Looking across the airfield. This is on the south side of Terminal 1. There are two terminals here at MSP. Terminal 1, which used to be called the Lindbergh Terminal after Charles Lindbergh, the famous aviator, Minnesota born and raised.
1932 Minneapolis Tower, runway 30 left, clear to land, wind.
And then there's Terminal 2, named after a U.S. Vice President, Hubert H. Humphrey. Also a pretty notable Minnesotan.
I may or may not put you on travel.
Right, Alpha short, 2 Delta 01.
Delta 1560, left heading 260 on contact departure, we'll see you.
Left 260, contact departure, Delta 1563.
So checking in on the departures, we're waiting on hopefully being able to see 298 to Rome.
That's right.
There may be, nothing is updated on flight radar. It just says 8:05 for their departure. So I'm not seeing anything.
162 Heavy to Amsterdam Schiphol that is supposed to depart around this time. Oh boy, it's late tonight.
Yeah.
It is late.
Delta 0.11.
Yeah, they had a 7:55 scheduled departure, and it's been updated to 8:05.
And 2 Alpha.
But that's another one that is not indicating an updated arrival time. Same with our Reykjavik, flight 260, now updated to 8:16. And the
We should be able to catch that.
Yeah, and the one thing we're going to deal with this evening is because of the cloud cover, it's not going to stay light quite as late as that has been.
The other question I have is Delta 1303 running on time? Because that's an A350 arrival that's scheduled to come to the Twin Cities out of Detroit, Michigan.
1603, he's with you.
So 1603 Minneapolis Tower, traffic's 5 ahead, traffic will hold position, runway 30 left, clear to land, the wind 290 at 10.
Alright, clear to land 30 left, Delta.
So what is the usual arrival time for that one?
It's going to be a little past 8:30. I think 8:40 was the scheduled arrival time, if memory serves.
Oh, there it is. Okay, so I've already just found them. 9:12. They're running late too.
Oh boy.
And where are...
Well, I'll tell you what, it's a tough Sunday for Delta wide-body jets getting out of their airports on time.
So 1280 is en route,
4552,
due in 54 minutes.
Yeah, we got edicts, and then
Oh, wait a
we have
minute,
to
I'm
call
looking-
the center within that edict.
Hang on, everybody, I'm looking at the
2187
wrong
Minneapolis, runway
flight.
30 left line of flight, company 73, turning 5 mile final.
Searched one flight and tapped the live tracking, and another flight came up. So I will try that again.
Gucci 1932, turn left at Delta, taxi to park, monitor ground point 9 as you go.
All right, we'll get off here at Delta to park, monitoring ground. Have a good night, 1932.
Yeah. Delta 2187, the wind 290 fly runway heading, runway 30 left.
There's a quick look at the viewing area.
Oh, there's my car.
2931 Minneapolis.
Got that red tail on the top and back.
Get you moving here momentarily.
It's the antenna towards the back.
Yes, so an update on 1303 from Detroit, our A350, arriving in 1 hour and 1 minute. They're just 20 minutes out of Detroit. Where did everybody go?
Well, it looks like we got a departure here.
It's Delta 2187 headed down to Miami.
Delta 2187, left heading 260 on contact departure. We'll see you.
Heading 260 over departure, Delta 2187. Good day.
Delta 2931, runway 30 left line of way, no traffic on your final.
Bye-bye, 31.
Oh, Alex, we've got somebody watching us again from an inbound flight. Peter Semington currently watching your live stream from Delta 2392 inbound from Jacksonville, 39 minutes from landing.
Delta 1603, turn right at Charlie, contact ground point 9.
Charlie point 9, Delta 1603. 1603 is out the west side, Delta 4. 1603 Minneapolis, current transition to Delta, Quebec, monitor point 8. All right, slide over to Delta, Quebec, point 8, Delta 1603.
And we've also got another departure that's lined up with runway 30 left that's about to get out of here.
30 left for departure.
Let's prove 30 left on the departure.
Delta 2031, wind 300 at 9er, fly runway heading, runway 30 left, clear for takeoff.
30 left, clear for takeoff, runway 8, Delta 931.
3 Minneapolis.
Like the list, 6
Mayo 3 south approved, altimeter 2964.
This is going to be
Mayo 3, what's the destination
2931
now?
headed out to Denver before Delta.
How about this for a development?
Whoa.
New Pacific has filed out of MSP. Apparently there's a New Pacific 757 that's lurking about.
1600 has you inside.
Yes, has upside.
Delta 2931, turn left heading 260.
That's 260, 2931.
Delta 2931, contact virtual seat.
Alright, Brush, Delta 2931.
Security 1038, Minneapolis Tower, runway 30
So
left,
checking in
runway
on the
30
New Pacific
09er.
757. False alarm. It's actually not here at MSP, but there is one that is filing to arrive at MSP Airports. It's coming in from Washington Dulles as Swoop gets airborne off the North Parallel.
Delta Roger, contact North South 2395, please, with your request 2395.
For 30 left,
And apparently there is a New Pacific 757 departure to Columbus. That's scheduled for 8:30 tonight, so maybe, I guess there is one here after all.
ground Delta 2568, ready to taxi for 30 minutes.
256, 203, taxi, Bravo Delta Papa.
I'll tell you what, me second-guessing myself at every corner. That happens a lot with me, as some of you might already know.
So I have found Pete's flight coming in from Jacksonville. They're running late, if I'm reading this right. They are due in at 8:44.
Okay.
Mail 3, leading the Bravo to the Southwest Radar Service, turn frequency change. Approved. Have a good night.
Frequency for perfect, thanks.
They're on an A320. Of course, former Northwest equipment. They are due in 24 minutes. They are currently at 32,000.
Marmar, thank you so much for tuning in. First time watching you guys. This is fun. Might need to go to the viewing area and watch them soon. Thanks for the live stream. You bet. Thanks for checking us out. Boy, would we like a New Pacific 757 departure to cap off what has been a pretty good live stream here this evening to capture the evening rush on this Sunday night across the state of Minnesota.
Delta 2929, runway 30 left, line of point.
You're left my way, Delta 2929.
6052, runway 30 left, taxi via Lima, November, 17, Sierra Mike Whiskey.
Alright, so it'll be 30 left via Lima, November, cleared across. 17 on November, Sierra Mike Whiskey, country
60. Secretary 1038, turn left Delta or Charlie, your choice, contact ground point 9 as you go.
We'll get left Delta, we'll visit ground point 9.
This is Sun Country with the Tide Pod livery coming in
left,
from
Alpha,
Spokane, flight 1038.
Delta 2929, the wind 300 at 9er, fly runway heading runway 30 left, clear for takeoff.
All right, so we're going to get a Delta 717 departure here in just a minute.
Binary, Super 4 heavy at Gulf 6.
You're going to be headed to Charlotte.
Super 4 heavy, ground, pushes the 10 meter first, please.
Copy that.
All right, here's our Delta 717 departure off to Charlotte Douglas International Airport.
So say 89, 16 minutes, ground, wait for 1 Sun Country to pass the tail, and push for 30 left.
All right, 1 Sun Country is clear. We're cleared to push for Southwest 8916.
So 2692 minutes, ground, approved, 30 right.
Push approved for 30 right out of Fox 15 for Delta 2692 and request go.
9 turn left heading 260 contact departure, we'll see you.
260 and call departure Delta 2929.
Delta 298.
And I know what that takeoff is like from the inside of that jet. The 717 is a fun and comfortable aircraft to fly on. And when they are out of the Delta fleet entirely, I will dearly miss them.
Do I see a heavy pushing?
Alpha Charlie, shuttle 1 word 30 left.
You'd be correct. So they got both beacons on. So it just looks like they're moving it.
Okay. Yeah, I was waiting for something to kind of show up on flight radar, but I do have some other promising news. 298's transponders on to Rome.
I hear another helicopter. Are we going to get a third helicopter sighting on our live broadcast?
For heavy monitor tower on 126.7.
Also 6 and 6, circle.
Don't see it. I saw it fly nearby the airspace.
Oh.
6052 cross.
Oh, wait a minute.
Go to Charlie.
Cross 4, I'll try to Charlie.
There she be.
Let's go. 145 Minneapolis Tower, wind 300 at 9er, fly runway heading runway 30 left, start for takeoff.
Imagine that. 3 helicopter sightings in one live broadcast.
Tower scale 3075, visual and visual left.
Okay, 375 Minneapolis Tower, runway 30 left, clear to land, wind 300 at 8.
Oh, we're going to get a mic taxi.
Clear to land, guys.
Here comes Prime.
Well, I'll tell you what, this Sunday night continues to get even more interesting. So we got to keep our eye on that helicopter for when it departs.
It's like the snowy owls when they're out here. You need your head on a swivel.
Yeah, then of course you got Prime Air that's sneaking up from behind on taxiway Mike.
916 taxi with Romeo.
So say 916 runway 30 left, taxi via Delta Whiskey.
Alright, Delta Whiskey to 30 left for Southwest 8916.
So 260 Minneapolis current, push approved, 30 right.
Third push for 30 right, Delta 26.
Well, then you got another departure on 30 left.
Sun Country 6052, continuing.
Oh, we got parallel takeoffs.
Charlie, cross right, 30 left, Charlie, control point 11.
Rim cross 30 left, Charlie, control point 11, tempo.
This is Delta 2145 headed to San Diego, and off to the north side we had SkyWest headed off to Rylander at the same time. They could watch each other. And our A350 is being towed over to Tech Ops.
So 2871, tell your crew 9's got a push now.
Use caution for 9.
Delta 2385 Minneapolis ground, discussion, Fox 5's in the push 30 left. So 2385 ground, discussion, Fox 5 in the push 30 left. So 2385.
Delta 2385, push. Ground Delta 298, ready to check.
It'll be interesting to see if we get that helicopter departure as well. I am keeping my eye on the signature terminal, because we just had a helicopter that landed at signature.
Yep, they're on flight radar too, so as long as they don't turn their transponder off, at least we can monitor it that way.
Tower 220, visual 30 left.
Secretary 220 Minneapolis, afternoon, runway 30 left, clear to land, traffic will hold position, wind 300 at 7.
30 left, clear to land.
And our flight 298 to Rome is on the move down to the end of runway 30 left. This is SkyWest from Cleveland, flight 3875. And there's the Rome departure in the background. And one Delta tail after another.
Charlie and contact ground on point 9.
Right, Charlie, over ground point 9. 3875.
We are a Delta Fortress sub.
Ground go is 3875, turn off runway 30 left to Charlie, looking here 2 Charlie 26.
Secretary 652 Minneapolis, Charlie, wind 300 at 7, fly runway heading, runway 30 left.
So we've got some assistance from Daniel Swanson in regards to that helicopter. Alex, he says it's from, it's a 429 Global Ranger, and it came from the U of M Fairview. He also mentions Mercy 1 about to fly over the field. So it could have been that same helicopter.
Ground 26 is right there.
And the next departure that we're going to get is going to be that Prime Air, operated by Sun Country, and they're headed to Cincinnati.
30 left, runway southwest, 16.
All right, here they come.
1032 ground, I'll call you when the LE clears.
Yeah, that was good. Ground Delta 2692.
26.2 airborne time 34, voided 37, time now 28 and a half, and a 30 left, take. Jet 957 Minneapolis, starting 5 and 73, and 3 left, the old position, contact, turn left, runway 30. Delta 2692, 30 Delta Papa. 916, fly runway heading, runway 30 left, clear for takeoff.
Runway heading clear for takeoff, 0 left, that would be 960.
Sun Country 6052, turn left heading 260 and contact. Portugal strip. F10 260 departure, 60.
Well, they were light.
Yeah, that's for sure.
All right, more departures headed your way here on runway 30 left.
Yep, now on the move is Southwest 8916, and they're headed down to Tampa. Oh boy. They're even lighter. Do I see a wing wave?
So 3916, turn left heading 260 and contact departure, we'll see.
Later in the day, the flights can tend to run a little bit lighter.
Delta 298 Heavy, Minneapolis, runway 30 left, line of flight, traffic 5 mile, final citation.
Runway 30 left, Delta 298 Heavy.
And the Tide Pod Sun Country arrival is coming in from Cincinnati, flight 220. And our next departure will be
Sun Country 220, turn left, Delta contact ground point 9, good day.
298
Left Delta
to
ground point 9,
Rome.
Country 220, good day. Ground Sun Country 220, clear in Delta.
Delta 298 Heavy, fly runway heading, runway 30 left, clear for takeoff, wind 300 at 9er.
Clear for takeoff, 30 left, Delta 298 Heavy.
All right, so here we go. Delta 298 Heavy off to Rome, Italy.
They're moving.
And here they come.
Yes, it's starting to get dark. You can see the lights on the ends of the wingtips flashing.
Ground Delta 2385, taxi, visual now for 30 left.
Delta 2753, Minneapolis Tower, roger, number 2, runway 30 left, clear to land, wind. Delta Pop, I'm on our ground, I'm pointing. 298 Heavy, turn heading 360 northbound.
360 heading Delta 298 Heavy.
1032, wait for the LE to clear, then push 30 left.
All right, so I'm digging into a couple of updates here. 1303
Delta
from
298
Detroit
Heavy,
is now
contact departure,
scheduled
have a
at
good
9:10.
298 Heavy, good day.
Jet 957, turn left at Whiskey 7, join Whiskey to signature, and just monitor ground point 9 as you go.
Got a Delta 757 on the move there in the distance.
And then our viewer that is on the flight coming in from Jacksonville, they are 7 minutes out. They're at 7,800 feet. So we should be able to bring them home, right?
Yeah, how about it?
So it's just a matter of what runway they come in on. I would say because they're coming in out of the south.
Yeah, I would also say so.
Because, yeah, it's about 25 minutes of 9 here in the Twin Cities, but due to the cloud cover and it's been cloudy pretty much all day. We're going to lose our daylight earlier than we normally would if it had been sunny, because we're not even up on sunset yet.
Targeting Delta 557 on the visual, 30 left.
So it's 557 Minneapolis, runway 30 left, clear to land, number 2, the wind 290 at 8.
30 left, clear land, number 2, Delta 557.
So it looks like our Delta 757 that we are tracking We'll take a look at our flight tracker. Delta 2385 is the flight assigned to that 757 that we just saw taxi. It's headed out to Tampa.
So we've had a couple that are headed down. So an update for the app I'm looking at. Our sunset at the moment is 9:35 p.m.
Oh, wow.
So we've just reached that. So, 'cause it's 8:35 on my watch.
So Jeff, one of our members, the owner of the helicopter, which is Mercy One, did some digging around for us. They're based out of Mason City, Iowa. They did an inter-facility transfer up to the Twin Cities to the U of M Fairview. Thank you so much for the intel.
So I need to update the information that I was just sharing. I was looking at some incorrect times. Sunset is actually 8:59. The last light is about 9:35 p.m., but that's not going to be the case tonight.
Series rolling out. You can see it here 11.
And yeah, right now at this time of the year, it gets light pretty early in the morning because it doesn't stay dark that long at night up here at this time of the
Don't
year.
make Delta roll to runway 4.
Well, especially if it's overcast.
Delta 2753.
Very good, thanks. Contact ground on point 9, yet.
Ground on point 9, good day, Delta 2753.
Well, I guess the big thing for me is, are we going to get our new Pacific departure, or is that going to be nocturnal?
Delta 2753 on Delta for...
Yeah, looking at this again, just to share, we're currently at about 15 and a half hours of daylight.
2806, Minneapolis Tower, 4 and Shova 73, runway 30 left, clear to land, traffic holds position,
So,
wind
but of course, during the
300
winter
at
months,
10.
it can be more opposite of that. Oh, I'm hearing a whale.
Those are arrival from Columbus.
Minneapolis ground, all-star.
So for our viewer that's on the Jacksonville flight that's currently inbound, you're down about 5,000 feet, 3 minutes out, and I think because you're coming in out of the south, you're going to be coming in on
It's a small speck of light
Yes.
in the sky. We see ya.
So, yeah, we can see four arrivals at the moment, and I think you're going to get a 30 left arrival, which is what we're carrying. Next arrival is going to be a Southwest flight coming in from Chicago Midway, and I think after that they might be number 2 for arrival.
73 to pass your tail and park at Fox 9. I'm starting being traffic 73 for 4 mile final, be ready, runway 30 left, line of point.
Runway 30 left on the 385. Delta 1144.
744, next 30 left, taxi via Alpha. So 14690, give way to 73 downfield, leaving call 15. Southwest 557, turn left at Delta, taxi to park, and just monitor ground on point 9 as you go. Have a good one.
Right left at Delta, 2 park, and I will monitor ground point 9 Southwest 557.
Five runway heading, runway 30 left, clear for takeoff, wind 29er, 0 at 8.
Left runway heading, Delta 2385.
If you have to let them pass your tail.
Yeah, we're going to let them pass before we put.
162 Heavy. If your crew's not comfortable with that, that's fine, but I don't have a restriction with Alpha there.
Roger that. Yeah. Delta 2055, turn left heading 260 on contact Barge, take it easy. Left turn 260, departure Delta 2035, see you.
You give way to the American if they make Delta, please.
Yeah, we can get the way to the American. American 2806, turn right at Delta, the 75, ahead and your right is...
So guess what, Alex? We get to do it again. Second stream in a row. We've got somebody watching us live, and that's Pete, coming in on Delta 2392 from Jacksonville, on a former Northwest A320 registration 352 Northwest. They are next for arrival and touchdown on runway 30 left.
All right.
How cool is this?
Back-to-back broadcasts. We've had live viewers aboard flights coming into Minneapolis, St. Paul International. It's certainly something that you don't get every day.
So, Pete, if you're on the left side of the aircraft, we are at the viewing area, right where the windsock is that's now lit up.
Look toward the FedEx cargo terminal with all the FedEx trailers. Viewing areas in that direction.
73 2 Echo 11. You let me know.
So how often do you get to watch yourself on like this coming in? There's Pete. Thanks for letting us know so we can carry this for you.
On Alpha, then your push is approved, and 30 right for departure.
Touchdown and welcome to MSP, or welcome back home if you're from the area.
Perfect. 28-0 set, push 73 there. They're going to Indy 2. What's the gauge there?
Charlie 2.
Charlie 2, roger. Richard on runway 4 and contact ground on point 9.
Runway 4.9, Delta 2392.
Target Delta 1846 and 30 left.
Delta 1846, Mayo Target 5 and Charlie 73, traffic hold position, runway 30 left, clear to land.
30 left, clear land, Delta 1846. Delta 674.
We'll start 91, wind at 300 at 6. Fly runway heading, runway 30 left, clear for takeoff.
And as they pull off the runway, they pulled off to runway 422 for their taxi. Pete, thanks for letting us know. It helped brighten your day. What do you think?
Yeah. Hope you had a great flight and that you were able to take advantage of getting some Biscoff cookies.
So it's 3792, hold short of Alpha 7. 53 on Alpha, hold short of Alpha 7.
On Alpha, hold short of Alpha 7.
We got a citation rocketing off.
Sub 162, heavy on the 306, be Alpha.
30 left.
Ulster 921, turn left heading 260, contact departure, we'll see you.
260, going to departure also, 921.
1144 Minneapolis, runway 30 left, line point 735, mile phone. Point 7.
Flyer 1267, still hold short Alpha 7.
Yeah, hold short of Alpha 7 up the tower now.
Alright, hold short, towards the tower, Denver 256.
3792 at Alpha 7, cross runway 30 left, traffic on the hold, left turn whiskey.
At Alpha 7, cross 30 left, left turn whiskey, counters 3792.
344, turn left at Delta, taxi depart, 100 ground point 9 as you go.
Delta depart, over ground.
3792 1144, the wind 310 at
Kush says, good evening from Dinkytown,
Fly runway heading, runway 30 left.
Minneapolis. Good evening to you. Hope you're having a fantastic Sunday. Hope you had a good weekend as well as we start a brand new week.
Delta 608, showing the final visual 30 left.
And Optimistic Mountain Landscape checking in from Green Valley, Arizona. 101 degrees today. Yep, nope, you can keep that. Thank you.
Yep. Too much. Too hot. But the thing that helps them out there is it's a dry heat.
Oh, yeah.
I was used to the heat with the humidity.
And I have a brother that lives in South Carolina. I'll tell you what, summer is brutal.
In 69 Minneapolis Tower, good evening.
It's Delta 1144 headed to Nashville. One of the many 73-9 ERs in the fleet.
Show departure Delta 1144.
See ya.
5253 Minneapolis Tower, traffic on the hold at Alpha 7, cross runway 30 left and a left turn whiskey.
Cross 30 left turn, whiskey.
All right, RJ, so what do we got on final approach?
Well, the arrival that's just touched down in front of us is from Cincinnati. That's Delta 1846. That's another 73-9 ER. For arrival, the next arrival is going to be coming in from Charlotte, a 717. We've got some departures down there waiting for their clearance, including 162 to Amsterdam.
Oh, you know what? That's going to be our finale is 162. Hey, we actually are going to catch 162.
So with that in mind, I know I mentioned earlier I have my dad's uniform cap with me tonight. I think we'll maybe have to save that for another stream to bring that out.
Probably showed at the end here.
Yep, I can do that.
Delta pop at a 30 right behind the 73 Delta 2768.
Delta 1469, turn left heading 260 on contact departure, we'll see you.
Yep, 1469 is headed to Cincinnati. So before this next arrival touches down, Marcia S., thanks for watching. She says, my son-in-law is a captain base out of MSP. That's how I got interested in aviation. Just like me, both my parents and my uncle.
Delta 674, continue off.
Alpha Delta 674.
66 Minneapolis Tower, traffic 5 ahead, traffic hold position, runway 30 left, clear land, wind 300 at niner.
Clear land 30 left, Delta 3966.
Delta 68, turn right at Charlie, order runway 4, contact ground point niner.
Charlie, 0.9 Delta.
So we've got 4 departures waiting their turn down at the end of 30 left at the moment. The first of those 3 looks like they've been cleared onto the runway to Atlanta. That's the 75, flight 1032.
Delta 1032, wind 290 at 12, gust 17, fly runway heading, runway 30 left, clear for takeoff.
There they go.
Monitor pointing. 3792, you're next in the sequence. Delta wind 2696 Minneapolis Tower, you're 5 in trail of an RJ. Traffic close position, heavy Airbus. Caution wing turbulence, runway 30 left, clear to land.
30 left, clear to land, up 26.
Delta 1032, turn left heading 260 and contact departure, we'll see you.
260, heading departure, Delta 1032.
Oh, go around.
92 Minneapolis. Disregard.
Tower helicopter Nemo. That is on signature ramp with Romeo.
Scout 3645, turn left at Alpha 7, contact ground point 9. Scout 3695, turn right at Alpha 7, contact ground on point 9.
Alpha 7, point 9, 45.
There we go, everybody. Go around alert on the north parallel.
Yeah, that's Delta 2198 coming in from LAX. That's an A321. They went into a go-around because the departing flight ahead of them
Departure at your own risk and non-movement area. The wind 310 at 11.
was to JFK.
And remain solid.
There's insufficient spacing, so they had to go around.
Departure on risk, remain south of 30 at all times.
So before our broadcast this evening, we had a Frontier A320neo go around.
Scout 3792, you're going to go.
So how about that? I've seen two go-arounds in the same outing.
So the 162 Heavy will be next after the short funnel.
Delta 162 Heavy.
All right, folks, one more arrival and one more departure.
45 monitor point 8.
Oh, wait a minute. Helicopter on the move.
732 and a 30 left taxi.
Philadelphia Alpha, Delta 29.
Just like the movie Fast and Furious here at the end.
5 Alpha. minutes, ground the push approved, 30 left.
30 left, Delta 30 left.
Scout 3966, turn right at Delta, taxi towards the gate and contact ground point 9.
Right on Delta towards the gate, ground point 9, Skywest 3966.
Now, if you folks were to tell me that we were to capture 3 helicopters during our live broadcast, including an arrival and a departure from Signature, I would have thought you were nuts. Nope, that actually happened.
And 162 has been cleared onto the runway.
Custom 966 meter mile. 62 heavy fly, runway heading runway 30 left, clear for takeoff.
Now they've been cleared for takeoff.
Runway 30 left, Delta 162 heavy. Tower Delta 1306 is 7 miles out, 3 left.
Delta 1306, Minneapolis start number 2, your 4 and travel bus traffic.
All right, everybody, here's our final departure tonight. Here's our grand finale. It's the Airbus A330-300 off to Amsterdam Schiphol. This is Delta 162 Heavy.
Houston, trail of a heavy bus, runway 30 left, line of point, traffic support, mile level. Runway 30 left.
Adios, 162 heavy.
The 162 heavy, turn heading 340 on contact departure, we'll see you.
340 the heading, switches departure, Delta 162 heavy, good night.
Delta 2696, at Delta the 75, getting out of your way and contact ground point 9 as you go.
Right turn, Delta ground point 9, Delta 26.
Helicopter 911, Echo Delta, you're out of the Bravo to the south, radar service terminated, frequency change approved, and you can squawk via fire, we'll see you.
Delta 3.
3792, flight runway heading, runway 30 left, clear for takeoff.
30 left, clear. Point 8, Delta 2696.
The RJ will make a left turn at Charlie.
Taxi Romeo.
Delta 1305, 30 left, taxi Alpha.
Alpha 30 left, Delta 1305.
1804, Minneapolis, are you up?
Yep, with the visual runway 3.
1804, thanks, runway 30 left, third land, number 2, traffic 3 ahead, wind 290
Look at the aircraft viewing
Number
area.
2 left, cleared to land, Sun Country 1804.
Go 2612, Minneapolis Tower, traffic 5 ahead, traffic will hold position, runway 30 left, clear to land. Heading 260 on contact departure, we'll see.
Left 260 over to departure, Skywest 3792. Have a good night.
Endeavor 5527, give it to the 319 Flannel. Delta 1306, turn right at Charlie or runway 4.
We'll take runway 4 for Delta 1306.
1306, thanks. Right turn runway 4, no delay off, please. As you make the right turn, traffic close in behind, and contact ground point 9.
Ground point 9, exiting at 4, Delta 1306.
Delta 2699, give way to the Alpha from Charlie 11. Traffic near bus on a 5-mile final, runway 30 left, line of point.
Traffic 4.
All right, so
Delta
we're going to do something
1306,
special here
ground, taxi,
to end our broadcast
if you
as we're
can.
still on the air.
Otherwise, yeah, use Bravo if you can.
So welcome everybody to the broadcast booth. I'm Alex, that's RJ.
Not a problem.
It's now
Continue
Captain
Alpha,
RJ
and
Bean.
then
You betcha.
Alpha to the King Delta.
So how about that hat? This is actually something of an artifact, and this is something that's very special to you.
It's my dad's.
There you go. There's further proof. If y'all were doubting, doubt no more.
You got that
There's
right.
real evidence right there.
Okay, we'll
Pair of his epaulets.
Charlie will monitor ground
4
point 9,
stripes.
1304.
And the one thing that I was blessed to still have that my mom had kept, this is the 25-year anniversary of service silver bowl that Northwest people got back in that time.
Oh wow, I didn't even know that existed. That's really cool.
Yep, and it's engraved with the logo.
253, wind 300
You know, Northwest Orient Airlines on there.
Left, takeoff.
And I had a little fun with this. When I made my move back up here to the Twin Cities, the
23
last 2
ground,
days of my
Delta,
drive, what do you think was on my head?
Crossing 17, Lima crossing
The pilot cap.
The hat.
The hat, of course.
And don't think I wasn't hooting and hollering as I was driving 94 coming up and I crossed the River Hudson.
Oh, brother.
Oh, yeah.
Hope we didn't get pulled over.
No. I kept it quiet. And then, of course, when you cross the border coming into Minnesota across some of these bridges, you get the big Minnesota welcomes you sign with the shade of the state of Minnesota.
Yeah.
I knew I was home.
We have really nice welcome signs.
Yes.
I will say that.
Yep.
Better than Wisconsin.
Oh, yeah. Sorry, guys.
If you're from Wisconsin, we love you.
We're neighbors.
Denver 5253, turn left heading 260.
Good catch. Yeah, it doesn't fit on my head the greatest with the headset, and it just kind of blew off my head, but I caught it.
Tower QS 3923, visual 30 left.
QS 3923, Minneapolis Tower, traffic 6 ahead, traffic holds position, runway 30 left, clear to land, the wind 300 at 13.
30 left, clear to land, QS 3923.
674 Minneapolis evening, runway 30 left, line up away, company's 4 mile final, be ready. 30 left, line up away, Delta 654 will be in.
Oh yeah, are we checking on our Detroit arrival?
Yeah, it's
Still out.
Yeah, we got to pack up. As much as we'd like to stay out here and catch it, we really have to be out of here at sundown.
Ground 6804.
We'll be back.
Oh yeah, and we'll be back this Wednesday with more live plane spotting from Minneapolis St. Paul International Airport. And before we get going, we want to let you know that our broadcasts are proudly supported by our wonderful friends over at Jet Set Shirts. If you're an av geek like we are, or if you are a travel enthusiast, they've got some awesome apparel to check out to really express your love for flight and travel. They've got some fun designs, all shapes and sizes. They've got Antonov 225 merch. They've got 747 merch. You just have to check out the website, because I guarantee you you're probably going to hit checkout on something. And Eric will link over at Jet Set Shirts. Just a fantastic library of designs and apparel. And we also are going to be working with them in the coming months for some MSP Airport Live exclusive merch. So check them out at jetsetsshirts.com to show your aviation enthusiasm today. And our broadcasts are also proudly sponsored by DG Pilot, purveyor of gifts for the aviation and travel enthusiast. Interrupting 737 departure. DG Pilot has all of the die-cast aviation models that all the collectors are after. I'll tell you what, fantastic pricing, excellent selection, and first-class service if you buy from DG Pilot if you're a model collector. And if you're into the hobby like I am, they're one of the few places that I actually will shop at, because what they do when they get their models in and when they get stuff in, they don't just get it in and ship it out to you. No. They inspect it. They make sure that it's all good to go. So you're not getting a lemon. So you can check them out at dgpilot.com. They've got a lot of promotions going on, too, as well. So again, a big thank you to Donnie Gardner and the rest of the DG Pilot team for supporting Minnesota's home for live plane spotting on MSP Airport Live. Also, DG Pilot has a really great assortment of Minnesota-made local goods and travel gear that's high-quality travel gear from like Brock & Company. Really nice stuff. And they got a lot of guides, puzzles, stuff to really help you get out and explore, not just locally here in the Twin Cities, but also places abroad. They got bag tags, they've got passport covers, which are really nice. There's something for everyone at DG Pilot. Go check them out. Go hit the link in the description below for DG Pilot. Also, same with Jet Set Shirts, too. Links are in the description. Go check them out at dgpilot.com.
So, Alex, can I get in a couple of things before we sign off for tonight?
Absolutely. Go for it.
Hang on here a second.
Well, not if that A321 has anything to say about it.
Yeah, exactly. As I've said before, they have the right of way. So, Optimistic Mountain Landscape, thank you so much for the thumbs up. Yeah, wearing that hat means a lot. It used to be on the head of my dad, and that just proves the case that I've shared of everything. Then also, someone asked, what equipment did my dad fly? Well, I know he flew the 707, the 727, the DC-10, and the 747-1 and 200s. He was one of the first pilots trained by Northwest to fly the 10, and he also worked in the training department. He was a check pilot and the whole 9 yards. The whole 9 yards, you name it, he did it.
And he was higher up, too, because a check pilot and helping to do training, that's a pretty serious position of responsibility for the airline, is to make sure that everything is being done correctly. So your dad had a pretty significant role in Northwest's operation when he was still around and when he was doing his thing.
Right. So when he was officially retired, unfortunately, after what had happened, he was flying the 747s.
And you can find out more about the Northwest Airlines story, by the way, at the Northwest Airlines History Center, and go check out their website for more information. They have a fantastic archive, all the information about visiting their little museum space at the Crown Plaza Air Hotel. It's a stone's throw away, by the way, from MSP Airport and the Mall of America. You can get there by light rail even. So if you're here at MSP, if you're laying over here, got an extended layover, or hey, or if you even live in town, go check them out in Bloomington, Minnesota. Details at northwestairlineshistory.org. Want to give them a big shout out, because what they're doing to preserve aviation history here in Minnesota is quite critical. And for an example,
We can't control that.
Dadgummit. But as an example, like the History Center, what they're doing, they're a 501c3 nonprofit. Former Northwest Airlines people or Northwest Airlines fans are a part of that organization. And recently they saved a huge archive of ancient media, like tapes and records and all that stuff, that was going to get thrown out, but the museum, the History Center, got their hands on it and saved that, which all would have been lost to history and nobody would have ever seen again. But all of that is preserved thanks to their efforts. You know what? Since our A350 arrival from Detroit Metro 1303 is on short final, we're going to catch it. So we were just lining up to say goodbye, and the A350 is like, hey, can you stay on air for a little bit longer? I don't know, I suppose. Yeah, MSP Airport's getting real interesting in the evening. It's kind of hard to detach from plane spotting and, break from it because of the continuous stream of heavies and interesting stuff. Certainly far more than what we saw within the last several years.
Well, we'll get your arrival and then we'll do the final thoughts and the highlight.
Was it Bravo or Alpha?
Yeah, how about it?
Your choice. All right, thank you.
Denver 5527, flying runway heading, runway 30 left, take off.
There it is. So that gives you an idea, too, how dark it's getting.
Well, especially the overcast weather does not help in the slightest.
260 heading over departure, Delta 20.
So this is going to be Delta 1303, coming in from Detroit, an A350-900, affectionately known as
Big Sexy. That's what we call it. And a CRJ is scurrying out of the way, making short order of its departure off runway 30 left, because it's got to make way for that A350-900. All right, here we go. Delta 1303 now arriving from Detroit Metro with the A350-900.
5527, turn left, heading 280, contact departure.
Left 280, over departure. Have a good night, Denver 5527.
Quebec ground, your push approved. On 835, unless I'm Bravo now.
So the Country Humans Network says we need 747s. Unfortunately, they're no longer in production.
That's on 835 close. Hold short of runway 30 left, Alpha 5.
Hold short of 30 left, Alpha 5, downtown 895.
Turn right on Alpha, contact ground, point 900.
Wait, that spike will go to Alpha 8 and then ground point 9.
Okay, turn right at Alpha 8, contact ground, point 900.
Point 900 up, 1303.
Nice long rollout. She's saying thank you for staying live.
It's 1042, hold in position. So, 1042.
Delta 1503 heavy clearance to Alpha 8 for Golf 8.
1503 heavy ground, taxi Alpha crossing A4.
Taxi via Alpha cross 4, Delta 1303 heavy.
How about some more wind, RJ?
Yeah, I thought it had started to die down a little bit. I don't think so.
Psych!
Because we do have some spotty rain in the area as well. And my phone says it's 59 degrees. It's dropped, I think, about 10 degrees since we started.
It certainly has. It's going to be miserable tomorrow. It's going to be rainy and drizzly and yuck. Yuck.
That's 1042, roger, present heading, maintain 3000.
Present heading 3000, Delta 1040.
But by Wednesday, we should have a real nice clearing with the weather, so at least there's that. So Wednesday will certainly be an interesting stream day for us.
Skies 4040, Minneapolis, turn, see on a 3-mile final is already on the go. Runway 30 left, line up and wait to delay while they pass hotel.
Oh my goodness.
2675, turn right, ground, point 9.
Right, ground point 9, Delta 2635, good night.
1042, I'll have a turn and a climb in about 2 or 3 miles. 1042.
Oh, no, you don't, Delta 2675, I'll be active. Charlie.
2675, Minneapolis ground, where do you...
Golf 8.
26...
Traffic's holding in position at Alpha 5, cross runway 30 left, taxi to signature.
Cross 30 left, taxi signature downtown 895.
All right, folks, that'll just about do it for our Sunday Touch and Go episode of MSP Airport Live. We'll be back on Wednesday, hopefully.
We're not going to be able to show it, but we've had another go around.
It's way out there, and
Yep.
it's hard to spot. So
Yep, it's getting pretty dark.
yeah, but we've kind of overstayed past when we'd like to be out here, of course, to catch that A350 for you guys. So you're very welcome.
Yep.
04, 3000, visual 30 west,
1042, climb, maintain 6000.
Runway 6000, Delta 1042.
That's 4040, fly runway heading.
All right, and for our moderator and master controller on duty, Michael Larson, for RJ Bean, I'm Alex Running. Say goodnight from the viewing area at Minneapolis St. Paul International Airport. And we will see you in the next installment of MSP Airport Live. Take care.
Holding in position at 300 and 20, gust 27, runway 30 left.
Welcome to DG Pilot Aviation Collectibles and More and our St. Paul showroom and warehouse. From the time your order is placed until it is delivered to you, our #1 goal is to provide you with the best customer service experience. That's why we're excited to take you behind the scenes today at our warehouse to provide you an up-close perspective of our model aircraft delivery experience. Our first step in the model aircraft delivery process takes place after your order is received. Our model aircraft delivery specialist will conduct a detailed inspection of your model for quality control to ensure we provide you with the highest quality products. Each specialist begins the inspection by removing the model from the box and performing a visual inspection of the model, checking features such as the wings, landing gear, and antenna, as well as the overall model for defects. After the inspection is complete, your model is reboxed and then prepared for packing. Each model is then bubble wrapped to provide an extra cushion to prevent any damage during shipping. After the bubble wrap process is complete, the model is then boxed for shipping. Our specialist then reconfirms your model is ready for shipping, attaches a shipping label, and then your model is sent out for delivery. We hope that you'll consider DG Pilot Aviation Collectibles for your model aircraft collecting needs. You can order products online at dgpilot.com or visit our St. Paul showroom where we have hundreds of model aircraft to choose from. From all of us at DG Pilot, thank you for your continued business, loyalty, and support, and happy collecting.